Hey there science lovers, welcome to Philomath's Live. Let me ask you, did you subscribe my channel? If not, kindly subscribe it and don't forget to click that bell icon so that you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. In previous video, I gave you synopsis of history of science, in which we discuss advancement and progress of science in the different eras. Now let's discuss why there is a need to document the historiography of science. As discussed in previous video, the history of science is the study of development of science, including both the natural and social sciences. The historiography of a specific topic covers how historians have studied the topic, using particular sources, techniques, and theoretical approaches. In particular, it was the type of knowledge that people can communicate to each other and share. But historiographical debates regarding the proper method for the study of history of science are sometimes difficult to distinguish from the historical controversies regarding the very course of science. It is often and rightly the case that the early controversies of the latter kind are considered the inception of subdiscipline. For example, knowledge about the working of natural things was gathered long before recorded history and led to the development of complex abstract thought. This is shown by the construction of complex calendars, techniques for making poisonous plants, edible things, public works at national scale, and buildings such as pyramids. However, no consistent conscious distinction was made between knowledge of such things, which are true in every community, and other types of communal knowledge such as mythologies and legal systems. History of science has had a peculiarly tense relationship with history more generally. Although much history of science has been written by practicing scientists, it is almost never formally taught in science departments. It is now mostly treated as independent subject, but in some cases historians of science have been included in history faculties, even though their relationships with other historians may be distant. But the study of history of science is in many ways analogous to the study of other aspects of the past. Because of all that conflict in 19th century, Auguste Comte proposed for the first time that there should be a specific discipline to deal with the history of science. Observing the circular dependence of theory and observation in science, and classifying the sciences in this way, Comte may be regarded as the first philosopher of science in the modern sense of the term. Comte was also the first to distinguish natural philosophy from science explicitly. As to the explicit presentation of historiography of science, or to be called the revolutionary period of emergence or occurrence of historiography of science, is usually dated in the early 60s of the 20th century. For example, in 1965 we find Gerd Bugdahl reporting a revolution in historiography of science, referring to the innovative studies of Thomas Kuhn and Joseph Agassiz. He suggested that these two writers had inaugurated the subdiscipline by distinguishing clearly between the history and historiography of science, as they argued that historiographical views greatly influenced the writing of history of science. So that was how the subject of historiography or history of science occurred or came into being. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like the video. Do comment for suggestions and critiques. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube, Facebook and Instagram. Share this information to friends, family and fellows. Until then, take care.